All right. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, I want to thank Dr. Mohammadi, and I want to thank your esteemed Excellency, the President of this country, for his courage to convene this conference, to have the foresight and the courage to convene a conference to offer free speech on the most repressed idea in the world, Holocaust revisionism. You must remember that the main theme of this conference, as stated by Iran's president, is the vital human right of freedom of speech and a condemnation of the shameful imprisonment of European scholars and academics who simply dare to share their opinions of historical events that occurred over 60 years ago. I also want to thank the President for inviting me, as controversial as I am. I was a former member of the House of Representatives in Louisiana, in the United States of America. And the media lies about me with about the same enthusiasm that they lie about your president here in this country. He will be condemned somewhat for having me here, as I, as a former American official, will be condemned by the Zionist influenced press in America for coming here in peace and friendship to a nation that they hate, the nation of Iran. But we at this conference have decided that no longer will we let the Zionists dictate to us. They shall not dictate to us who will be our crown. They will not dictate who will be our enemies. Nor will we permit them to dictate to us only their version of the past. And we will certainly not let them dictate to us our future. Let me say from the outset that I'm no disloyal American. I love my country and my people. But I know that the Zionist extremists lead my country to catastrophe in the Middle East and elsewhere around the world. I know that the Palestinian people, the Lebanese people, even the American people have been sacrificed on the altar of the Holocaust. It is the chronic media and government playing of the Holocaust that has blinded our eyes to new Holocausts and new outrages. As a true patriotic American, I oppose Americans being killed or maimed by the thousands in Iraq in a war not for America, but for Israel. I'm here because I love my country and oppose those who lead America and the world to ruin on behalf of Zionism. In Iraq, too, Americans and countless Iraqis have been sacrificed on the ideological altar of the Holocaust. For the Holocaust, in its chronic recital, is used as justification for any Israeli treachery or crime against humanity, or any excess even against the American people, or any people on it. The Zionist influenced media in America and Europe is trying to mislead the United States and Iran toward a war that would be catastrophic for your country, for my country, and for the world. Here, too, images of a Holocaust against Jews are used to justify and promote a terrible war against Iran, a war that would constitute a new Holocaust, one against the Iranian people, and indeed, for all the people of the world. How little can we trust the establishment press on the Holocaust is illustrated by the lies told about your esteemed president. This morning I read a story in the Herald Tribune about this conference from a European newspaper that stated, and I quote, that your president called for, quote, wiping Israel off the map. Now this assertion has been made in literally thousands of newspaper articles and radio and TV news reports all over the world. But all those here know that such a translation of the speech is nothing but a big lie. He never said anything of the kind. Any proper translation of the speech shows he never called for Israel to be, quote, wiped off the map. But millions of people in the West and around the world have heard this so many times they believe it. Whatever might be the ultimate truth of the Holocaust, how can we learn it from press that reports 5,000 times a lie about your president that anyone with an Iranian English dictionary can disprove in 5 minutes? In short, their ability to sell this easily disproven lie shows that the media can get away with almost any lie, even the most preposterous one. In some Western nations, to diverge even slightly from the Holocaust orthodoxy will cause the historian to face not only a loss of academic career, but also even in prison. Right now, as I speak, three names come to mind immediately: David Irving, Ernst Lindell, Guillermo Rudolph. These three men, scholars, researchers, intellects, who their opponents dare not debate. These non-violent, kind, and gentle men sit behind dark prison walls at this very moment, for simply daring to speak their conscience, for expressing the world's most forbidden opinion. Perhaps the hypocrisy is illustrated by the devotion of Europe to freedom for the vilest kinds of pornography. Every kind of the sickest pornography is allowed in the Western world today, including pornography that delves into the most depraved forms of sadism and masochism and the most vile degradation of women. Yet these forms of pornography are legal and even lucrative in the West. But if you dare to research and offer a dissenting opinion about any aspect of the event singularly called the Holocaust, it's off to prison for it. It's bankruptcy for you and your family. In Europe, it's amazing. You know, you can freely question, ridicule, and deny Jesus Christ. The same is true for the Prophet Muhammad, and nothing will happen to you. Heck, you might even get your own television show after you do it. But after a single question of the smallest part of the Holocaust theory, you will face prison. How can it be that the Holocaust now is protected and defended more than God?